Good morning, everybody. It is 5:30 in the morning right now, January 19th, Tuesday, and we're looking at VeChain. VeChain did what we expected yesterday. We had certain conditions before we actually enter along here, and it actually ended up going almost 13%, I believe. Yeah, 13%, 12.8%, which is amazing for something like this. For a trade that within half a day, we're getting up to 13% returns. That's amazing. So I'm hoping you actually entered this long, and I'm hoping you were able to make money. And I think you're probably, so I'm suspecting that some of you guys are actually still in this because it didn't even hit your stop loss. So the conditions yesterday were this. If we zoom out, right? We had this symmetrical wedge that we said after you have a run up into the symmetrical wedge, we clearly see that this line is where we are having a lot of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistance points leading up to the breakout. Then 1, 2, and then I guess 3 here. But here was a zone, right? People were coming in to buy at random areas. But if you draw a zone like this was the zone of buying. Even that by its own was actually like a good sign. The fact that buyers were coming in at early times before it actually hits the resistance line, like typically. But yeah, that was actually a nice thing to see. So our conditions were once we should, so we suspected that we will have a breakout. And we said, hey, if we are to have a good, healthy breakout, we want to see a lot of volume here, right? A lot of volume at this candle. And that's what we did, guys. So as soon as we came close here, we were forecasting. So even though the MACD was actually going up somewhere here, we just ticked out. So we just had a crossover. We just had a crossover. These things work, guys. We actually just did have a crossover at this candle right here, right? So even if, well, not even actually, somewhere between this candle and this candle, maybe this is a big time frame that we're not seeing it, but even if you look right here, this is where the crossover happened. So if you entered somewhere, forget about this. If we're looking at the half hour and you entered somewhere here, right? Which is exactly right here, right? You would have actually had a better entry price. You would have anticipated this better. And even yes, I still have the same line here on the RSI where if I was looking at the 1 hour, what I was saying yesterday was that see how the slope of my RSI is like pointing this way, somewhere in that direction like this. But all of a sudden, you see the RSI literally shooting up this way before the breakout. So this was the shoot up right here. It actually shot up right away before we actually had the breakout, which was this was the breakout candle. And yeah, we were seeing those signs of right away, like increased strength and momentum in terms of the breakout zone. So we broke out of it, saw a lot of resistance here. I was kind of scared at this point. I'm like, maybe, maybe we're supposed to go down because we really struggled a lot here on the hourly. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour candles, 8 hours where we're struggling to actually go up. So typically you had the breakout, you have resistance, you come back down, and then you shoot up. But here we spent almost half a day trying to pass through, and they didn't let us go. Right? So we came in, saw clear resistance at the 0.0297, 0.030. This candle right here showed a lot of buyers were coming in at the 0.0283, 0.0286, leading up to the 0.028, 0.029. And then this candle again, a lot of wicks at the bottom showing that this whole zone over here was full of buyers. We didn't even let it go past this. We didn't even let it go past this zone. Buyers were coming in the whole time, and yeah, they were just pushing upwards until we had this candle over here. When I was starting to get scared about, I'm like, okay, so maybe we don't even have enough strength. But that's the whole point of stop loss, and that's why you would ride your entry until it actually hits your stop loss, if anything, right? So what happens was you would enter a long position right at the breakout. So maybe at the 30-minute, this candle over here. So this candle over here, you would enter here. you would put your stop loss somewhere below this, right? Put it somewhere below this right here. I would put it right here, although it's actually a lot, but it's just if you want to be a bit more conservative, you'd put it somewhere around this side, or maybe just below this candle. You're like, if it goes below this, then I'm out, right? Because obviously if it goes right below all the way down to here, then it's probably losing that actual hype and momentum we'd have. And then if you actually wrote it out, you actually would have made 10%. That's yesterday, right? Typical technical analysis. There's no crazy fundamental stuff, which is good, but some people just want to get this 10% profit, which is really good. So now, and you also could have sold it literally at the peak if you actually timed it properly. When you start seeing that the RSI was going down, right? If the RSI was starting to do this over here, this is on the 30-minute, but once it reached the oversold region, you could actually sold it. This right here wasn't really we expect another retest. Found the support at the, let me just take this off. Found the support at the 21 EMA on the half hour, and it shot right back up again. So this was the retest right here, and it shot right back up all the way to the 0.031. Now, is it going to continue to go up? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Ethereum right now, I think, is up 12%. Watch out for our next Ethereum video coming up here. What I think should happen here, guys, if I go back to my hourly chart, I don't see why VeChain can't actually go back down to retest this guy and stay bullish, right? I don't see why VeChain can't go this way, down to here. The only thing I would say is that if we need to continue see an uptrend, we will definitely have to hold this line. If we go below this previous peak that we had inside the triangle, then this is gonna, which is this line right here, it's just gonna probably break below and try to find support at this line again, and then meet this line and then go up. Right now it looks like we are making lower highs as we go. So there's this sort of a triangle that we're having right here, and it's extremely important for us to actually break outside of that and continue to go up. If we don't hold this line over here, which is, I gotta stop saying over here, I guess say so 0.02889. If we don't hold this line, the 0.029, basically, this is a very key level, 0.029. If we don't hold this and stay above it, then we're gonna break down below it and most likely shoot up all the way down to here. This is 0.027, right? Because technically speaking, we actually, when we broke above, we actually reached this line. There's a line we got to. We actually reached this like previous, resistance zone. So we actually reached all this all-time high that VeChain had. So yes, we need to stay above the 0.029 area. If we break below it, then we're most likely going back down here and find support at this area, at this support line right here, and we will probably most likely go to the 0.027 price. Are we going to do that? I'm looking right now on the 1 hour. I'm seeing that the MACD tried to actually go up, right? But it couldn't. And then it actually went back down. So it did something like this. Right? So this is just showing you that we actually did try to keep going up, but we didn't have enough momentum. And you can tell by here, there was a lot of sellers trying to come in anyways. So sellers and short sellers were trying to push. Even as soon as we had the breakout, they were trying to push. So let alone us pushing all the way up to the top side right here. Let alone us reaching to the 0.031, 0.032 price, right? So they were sitting around here to begin with. So what's going to happen here? So right now, guys, if we break above this, which doesn't seem like it right now, the MACD isn't telling me that we're going to break out. The MACD is telling me that we're going to break below the 0.029. The RSI is actually also telling me that we are going to break below that, right? Showing me that we are losing strength on the 1 hour. And if we don't break below the 0.029 and end up going outside of this triangle, going up and then retesting again, then we have a much higher chance to actually pull back up. and then we will still find that resistance a lot here. But if that doesn't work and it keeps going down here and it finds support at the 0.027 support line, then that's still bullish. We're going to have another leg up. I think we're going to have another leg up, and we will try to retest those regions, the 0.032. So let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed anything. If I maybe sounded a bit indecisive here or something like that, my apologies, but I'm just giving you the actual truth of what I'm thinking. So let's see how it goes. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.